Well, hey, my little angels, come in, come in. I'm so happy that you're here. It is a rainy, dreary day out there, isn't it? I know. Well, come in, be comfy. Anybody got a chill? Okay, because I do have these lovely throw blankets. Okay, good. You got them? Good. So have a seat. We've got the hammocks up here. I've got one by the door, one over in the corner, one over the heater vent, and one by the window, in case you like to listen to the rain. I do. Okay. And each will fit 3 comfortably and 4 friendly angels. There you go. I also have the big rocking chair over by the closet door. 2 of you, 1, 2, 1, 2 of you can fit there, and you can just pop the feet up. Good job. I'm so glad. Okay, and of course the big old comfy couch. And I think, what did we work out the other night? You remember, what did we work out? You were here. 7 can fit. And I've got meditation cushions all over. Help yourselves. Good. I'm so glad. Okay, so for the beverages today, our hot beverage is just a plain old coffee bar, but with a twist. There is a nice pot of espresso. Auntie Angel doesn't use caffeine. I drink mostly decaf. My butt be dragging. Now, I don't know if I just used up all of my spoons yesterday, if I'm coming down with something, if it's my allergies. I'm exhausted. I am absolutely exhausted. And I feel like I'm coming down with something, but I think it's just being tired. So I need espresso. But I do have all kinds of, I don't know what's up with candy. I do have all kinds of lighteners, everything from soy and almond milk to lactose-free milk to skim milk to half and half to cream. Help yourselves. And some of them are flavored. We have hazelnut, butterscotch. No, what's that say? Sorry, I stand corrected. Butter pecan, or pecan, whatever. Chocolate, and oh, an amaretto syrup. That's very nice. And we have all the sweeteners, everything from agave to Splenda, stevia, raw sugar, brown sugar, honey, and sugar. Sugar? You know what I mean. Okay. I also have a little bit of vanilla sugar left over too. So, pardon me, sweetie? What is vanilla sugar? Okay, if you use a vanilla bean at all in cooking or whatever, what I do is I scrape out the seeds and I put them in. I take those beans and I put them in just a little Rubbermaid, Tupperware, whatever, of sugar. It flavors the sugar. So when I'm baking, rather than use regular sugar, you know, sugar, I use vanilla sugar and it just gives it a little more pop, you know? Yeah. Okay. So help yourselves. The chilled beverage side over here, I've done iced coffees. So help yourselves to that. It's basically the exact same thing, just in a cold version. Yes, I wanted to go for ease today, guys. My bangs are doing weird things to me. But help yourselves to that, all right? Oh, I'm glad. And I see we have some new little angels. Hi. Hi, my new little angels. Come closer so I can see you. Hi. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for giving me your time. That means a lot to me. And please give it a thumbs up. You can share it. Sharing is caring. And if you silently watch, it's okay. That's okay. Because I'm happy to have the company. Okay? If you're comfortable commenting, bring them. Bring the comments. We love the comments. I love to know what you guys think and what you're feeling, your ideas, your suggestions, your questions. I get the best video suggestions from you guys, and I do try to do most of them. But I do try to film a couple days in advance, just in case I'm not feeling well or, you know, something like that. The allergies are killing me, guys, but I'll get into that in just a minute. So please hit that subscribe button below. We are so close, you guys, to 35,000. I can't believe it. I really can't. And for those of you that are new, if you go to the video where it says big reveal, I think it's last week, there's a contest or a giveaway in there, and you can enter in the comments. And we have 3, I think, really good prizes, giveaways. to celebrate A, hitting 35,000, B, on March the 28th, our channel will be 2 years old. 2. We're entering the terrible 2s. Hopefully not. And the third thing is March 31st, I will have officially retired from my full-time job. So because I've been on sick leave, it's not like I'm going to get a party, even though I contributed to enough people's. So I'm going to have a party with you guys. And rather than get a gift, I'm going to give a gift. Well, I'm going to give 3 of them. Okay. So please go check that out. And hello, 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 hello to all my returning little angels. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for always being here, for being so loving, so kind, so supportive. It means the world to me. It really does. Okay, and please make sure you're still subscribed. Okay, guys, let's talk Comic-Con. So I'm going to talk to you guys for a bit, and then I'm going to splice together, listen to me, I'm techie now, splice together a voiceover. It only ended up being a 7-minute because every place I wanted to show you was no filming. So, but I did get a few things. And if you squint really hard, you can see Jared Padalecki in one of them. But you're going to see like us getting down there and a few things we saw and what we were talking about. And then I'll talk at the end again. Okay. So we got ready to go. You'll see all that. Then we get down there. So I'm going to let that video play and you guys will know the stuff that happened. Everything went off really well. When we got down there, the first thing we saw was the autographs, which I didn't realize they were going to be doing the autographs that early. Like it was 10 o'clock. We got there just as it opened. So we lined up for Ruth first, and she was just wonderful, just wonderful. And she must have been exhausted. I knew she had flown in the night before, and she's got a wee babe. So, I mean, she had to have just been exhausted. And so she signed, and I was able to give her the blanket, guys, and she opened it right there in front of me and seemed to like it, so I was quite happy. Then we, oh, you know what? I'm going to show pictures as I talk. So I was able to get, and it's really cool because I thought you had to bring things to sign. You, of course, can. But they have all these 8x10 glossies in front of you that you can pick which one you want signed. So I picked this one, and she put all these hearts all around it and said to Kim, love Ruth. And I love it. I'm so happy with it. So happy. And then we lined up for Mark Shepard, who plays Crowley. And I got this one. And this one is from Firefly, but I like this one because one of the first things I ever saw Mark in was a movie called In the Name of the Father. He doesn't have a huge part, but he is one of the convicted people who are eventually set free. So because of that, that's why I chose that picture. But I was also able to thank him because he had a horrible near-death experience with his heart, and he talks incredibly openly about it. And I really believe this. I'm not being sexist. I think that men's health is not talked about enough. And when you see someone like that open up and talk about it, I mean, the man died like 15 times, you know, in the course of a week. And he had the Widowmaker heart attack that he shouldn't have, you know, and he had very rare symptoms like jaw pain and the spit and everything. So him talking about that has probably saved countless lives. So I thanked him for that, and we chatted a bit about that. I was really surprised at how well you could talk during these. Then we lined up for Jared's, but they had capped it. So then we walked around a bit, and I'll show you the stuff I've purchased at the end of this video, okay? Actually, no, I'll tell you now, and we'll use the voiceover as the end of the video. Is everyone okay with that? Okay. So we walked around, and everywhere we went, Uncle Angel was like, do you have the Supernatural Funkos? Nope, nope. And if they did, they had Dean, which you guys know. Where's my Dean? I have Dean. Now I have Demon Sam. I know I would rather have the Sam, but this is the one I could get. So he was able to get Sam Winchester as the David, but it's a Sam. I'm just missing a Castiel now, so that'll be cool. So I'll be setting those up. It fell down. And then we found this amazing kiosk booth. Like all these booths are set up, and I think that's why my allergies are so bad, because there's so much cardboard and fiber in the air. Anyways, we found this amazing. They did cutting boards, they had skateboards without wheels, coasters. Did someone say coasters? Anyways, we saw this cutting board, which is going in the kitchen as decor. Winchester Brothers since 1983. Feeding people, hunting things, a family business. Because it's supposed to be saving people. That's the catchphrase. But look at how well done this is. I'm going to do a whole video tapping on stuff like this. I think I'm going to do a whole wooden tapping, because I have a lot of wooden things. But that's gorgeous. We were so happy with that. And then I bought 4 coasters, and then I went back and bought 4 more. But I'll show you the first 4 coasters we bought. Okay, one isn't here because I met up with Baby Angel, and I'll tell you about that in a bit. And I got her a Yellowstone one, so it's carved with Yellowstone. So this one is House Stark from Game of Thrones. That's a dire wolf. And then this one is a Harry Potter crest for Hufflepuff. I'd like to be a Gryffindor. I'd like to be Ravenclaw. We all know I'm a Hufflepuff. And I'm good with that. And then I actually bought 2 of these. I got Ghostface. You guys know I like Scream, right? I've got the t-shirt that says No You Hang Up. I've got Brooke's candle from Storytime Candles, the No You Hang Up. So I had to get the coasters. But I got 2 of these because I have a really good friend in Texas who's so near and dear to my heart. She also loves Ghostface, so I got one for her too. In fact, there it is. Okay. Then we found a supernatural one, saving people, hunting things. Okay. I had to get Hello Kitty, come on. And these are like etched in, guys. It's not just a surface, it's like etched in and then burned in. But we had to get Hello Kitty. And then the last one is actually for Uncle Angel, and it's from Lord of the Rings, and it says breakfast, second breakfast, 11sies, luncheon, afternoon tea, dinner, and supper. If you know The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, that's their meal times. And I just think these are so well made. They're like little itty bitty trigger boards. So yeah, those, and I think, oh, there's also a bottle opener. They actually threw in a bottle opener for me from Lord of the Rings that says at the front it's done in leather and then it's metal at either end. Not all who are drunk are lost, instead of not all who wander are lost. So, and then on the back it says Lord of the Rings. So Uncle Angel really liked that too. So then we went back and lined up for Jared Padalecki, who plays Sam. And for those of you who don't watch Supernatural, he also played Dean on Gilmore Girls. And that's where Baby Angel knew him from. So she's like, yeah, I like him as Sam, but I love him as Dean from Gilmore Girls. So on his photos, there was a Gilmore Girls one. So I picked it up, and he was so nice, guys. Like, he was taking the time to talk to everyone. And I thanked him because he works very hard for positive mental health as well, and goes right along with the things we agree with on this channel. Believe in, you know, positivity, kindness, and ending the stigma of mental health. So I thanked him, and I showed him my business card with Angel on my shoulder on it, and I'm so glad you were born, so that he would know that, you know, we're trying to spread that too. And he took the card and asked if he could keep it. That's right. That's right. And then he shook my hand. And he signed the picture for baby Angel, and I've already given it to her. Well, right beside him was James Marston. These autographs are free, by the way, but I'm only going to do this once. Trust me, I'm only doing it once. Right beside him was James Marston, who played Spike in Buffy and Angel. So baby Angel loves Buffy, and especially loves James Marston. Like, if she was going to come with us, if she didn't have exams and projects coming up, he would have been the reason she came. So we both, Uncle Angel and I both like, okay, let's line up for him. Again, they kept. So we went walking around a bit more while I was in the wheelchair. And people loved the license plate on the wheelchair and the sticker. And I was dressed, you know, and Uncle Angel wore a Supernatural t-shirt and the Star Trek shirt open. So we walked around, we went back, and we were lucky enough to get pretty close. But the line was taking forever. What is going on? And we happened to see one of the handlers walk by, and we're like, is he here? She goes, yeah, but he figures if people line up to talk to him, he's talking to them. I went, oh, okay. So almost to the front, I said, I wonder if I could FaceTime with baby Angel and let her talk to him. And we're both like, should we? Yeah, let's do it. So I did, and I said, I'm going to see if they'll let me. If they say no, they say no. I'm not going to break the rules. Because we had already been caught trying to film, and they're like, no. I'm like, okay, no problem. Do you want to see me delete? And they're like, no, but no filming. I said, no, not a problem. So she put on her makeup while we were in line. She's like, I got to put on lipstick. And then she's like, I need mascara. She was literally, I said, okay, we're the second in line now. I'm almost done. And then she was done. So when we got there, I picked the picture from Buffy on the release. I said, what picture do you want? She goes, think like a teenage girl. So I picked the sexiest. And he's leaning on a motorcycle. It was hot. So I said, do you mind having a twofer? Not just me, but my daughter who can't be here. I said, she's in uni and she has to study and she loves you. And he's like, that was it. I ceased to exist. He took the phone from me. I had set up the stand, and he just sat and talked to her. He asked her when she started watching Buffy, what she was wanting to do in university. Did she like traveling? Like, he had a whole conversation with her, and it was going back and forth. And he signed the picture for her and wrote "Bite Me," which, you know, if you know, you know. And so then we left, and I thanked him profusely and shook his hand. Such a nice man. And when we left, I got a text back, and it was like, gasp, I can't believe that happened. She was so happy. And apparently her roommate had come in the room while she was doing it, and she just went, stay there. So it was really good. Now, I will admit, when I met Mark Shepard, I thought he was a bit gruff. I'll be honest, when he did the autograph, and I was in the wheelchair, and I went to stand up because I want to stand when I got that to people, right? And he's like, don't you get up? And I'm like, no, I want to get up. But I'm like, okay, I'm used to gruff men. I grew up with gruff men, so it doesn't bother me. I know that most of them are, you know, marshmallows inside. So then I went for the pictures I had paid for. So this one, I paid to get my picture taken with Ruth. There we go. So I'll show you guys that one. Please notice what shirt I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Rowena McLeod. Okay, the shirt does nothing for my figure, but that's okay. I also picked a duo with Mark and Ruth. If you watch the show, it's very complicated, but Ruth plays Rowena, who is Crowley, mother. Okay, so there's the three of us. And when I get in, they're like, you again. I'm like, me again. So I was very happy with that. Notice the picture. I got a lot of compliments on my little Book of Spells purse. I was shocked at how many people really liked that purse. Okay, then we went to the panel. The panel was great. It was Ruth Connell, Jim Beaver, who plays Bobby Singer, and Alex Culver, who plays Jack. And I felt bad for him because he made a joke at the beginning, and people didn't realize he's Canadian. And he used the word state, and people booed him, and it was, he's like, what? What did I do? And then when people mentioned, he goes, yeah, okay, wrong choice. Okay, fine. He goes, but I'm from here. We're like, okay. And it was interesting. Like, they told the person that was moderating it was a great conversationalist, and really, they were willing to talk. But the room it was in, now we were more than halfway down the hall, down the room. 3 giant pillars all the way up. It completely blocked every person's view unless you were over on the other side. Even Jim Beaver said whoever designed this room was not thinking about these kind of panels. I was like, yeah, no kidding. But the panels are free, so I'm not going to say anything. Now, by this point, Uncle Angel is starving. I haven't eaten anything. So I said, I'm going to wander around. I'll use the chair like a walker, because I was starting to feel really, my stamina was not there. It started out as a rough day anyways, stamina-wise, but I wasn't telling anybody that. So I was walking around looking at things, and I was this close, and I am so kicking myself, guys. They had this really cool ombre rainbow wig with like 4 braids, and it was like $40. Why I didn't get it? I looked at it 3 times. I didn't. Anyways, so Uncle Angel got some pizza, and he came back, and he had he bought me a Coke Zero, so I had something to drink because I hadn't had anything to eat or drink. And then he had also got a bag of Doritos, so I had 1 Dorito and a can of Diet Coke. It was very bad. It was bad of me. So then we had talked. We kind of made friends with the person that was running the photos, because God knows I was there enough times. And we got to see the car. The car was there, guys. So we got to see baby, and I ended up talking to the girl who brought the car. So that was a lot of fun too. And I thought she made a great joke. She's like, yeah, I'm babysitting. And I started to laugh. She goes, you're like the only one that's gotten that joke. I'm like, oh, I get it. So we said, I know, we're like half an hour early. Can we just sit? We are dying. Like, I had the wheelchair, but Uncle Angel was like, he had 11,000 steps just at the show. So the lady got a chair for him, and she said, you guys just stay in this far corner. When it's time, I'm going to get you in first. We're like, fine. She goes, we're running about a half an hour behind because apparently somebody was walking the floor and wanted to see the Shire. So we don't know who that was. I have an idea, but we don't know for sure. So I said, okay, no problem. Guys, I was so embarrassed. Okay, so I was wearing like yoga pants, right? But they're super comfy and they're new. And this is a new wheelchair. This was the first time we had used it. And it has great feet, okay? Because it's just a transport chair, but it was way better than what we had. And you could tell, like in the pictures, you're not talking to anybody. You're like in and out. It's like, toot, bing, go, get, ding, go. And then you pick the pictures up on the way up. So that was fine. Well. Uncle Angel wheels me in. I give him my purse and everything. And I had changed shirts while I was sitting in the corner. That's right. I know how to do that. I had put the other shirt on and took the undershirt off. And anyways, because I didn't want to have the same shirt in every picture. And the other shirt was more inclusive to me. So I go to get up and my pant leg gets stuck on the foot. I didn't realize it till I took a step forward and stumbled and nearly face planted in front of all of them. I wanted to die. Mark Shepard ran to me and he's like, darling, you just wait. You don't have to. And I think they realized that I was trying to hurry because of how many people were behind me. He's like, you've paid for this time. And he took my hand and walked me there. And then they've got me standing, and I'm like the shortest person ever. And Jared was behind me. Well, when they went to take the picture, he gave me a hug. So here's the picture. So I'm wearing I didn't get my letter to Hogwarts, so I'm going hunting with the Winchester shirt. And there is Alex Culvert, who plays Jack. There's Jared bending down, because trust me, he's like up here, to give me a hug. And there's Ruth, and that's Jim Beaver, and that's Mark Shepard, who I think is a true gentleman. So yeah, then we met up with Baby Angel and her roommate, and we went for dinner at a Denny's that's just not far from them. And it was really nice. But Candy, at this point, has now been alone for like, okay, she went out in the morning at like 6:45. It's now like 8 o'clock. So as soon as we got home, the poor thing just raced outside. And then we just kind of crashed, Uncle Angel and I. We were dead. We were spent, men. But it was a really good day. Would I do it again? Probably not. I think when you meet the stars that you admire, they're people, and the mystique is gone. I don't know how else to say. I still love these people. I think they're amazing. I really do. And they were like so kind to everybody. I thought it was amazing. And the only negative we had were trying to leave. We needed the elevator, and the person we asked didn't really know, and they sent us around, and we ended up going all the way back to where we were, and that's where the elevator was. It was just little thing. And the only other thing is, while we were waiting, this woman and her family came beside us. She needed love. I think she was having a bad day, because it was nothing but complaints and the F-bomb. And I'm just like, you're killing my buzz, you know? Like, I didn't say it, but I'm trying to be polite and everything. But I'm like, you're killing my buzz, okay? And I'm looking at Uncle Angel. I'm like, help me. He's like, no, I'm playing on my phone. And I'm just like, he's like, I pushed you around all day. I'm just playing on my phone. So yes, it was very fun. It was very expensive. Those photos are not cheap, okay? But it was my thing, you know? It's something I really wanted to do, and I just feel really good about it, you know? So there we go, guys. That's my Comic-Con story. And if you keep watching, you'll see the voiceover, and you'll see a few clips. It's about 7 minutes long, a few clips of us going around, and I just tell you a bit. I think it cuts off a little abruptly, but you'll get the idea, okay? So remember that I love you, I value you, I honor you, and I'm so very, very glad that each and every one of you was born. Okay, so here we are on our way downtown. We left early, so we wanted to be there for 10 o'clock when it opened, and we're driving downtown, and I wanted to show you guys, we're driving under the bridge, but just the traffic alone for, you know, a Saturday morning, it was okay here, but it gets congested later. But I wanted to show you some of the architecture. It's really congested downtown, but I can't get over how really stunning some of the condominium architecture is. There's some really interesting buildings that I'll show you in just a minute. But yeah, we're driving along, and we did miss a turn. So we did have to take a kind of convoluted route for a bit until we found it. There's the base of the CN Tower. For those of you that have never been to Toronto, I thought you might like to see the tower. So we're going to get up closer to where the Rogers Centre is. It used to be called the Sky Dome, but now it's called the Rogers Centre, and it has a roof that can open and close depending on the weather. And there it is there. And there's the CN Tower, and that circle bit
up at the top, there's actually a revolving restaurant there, which is very, very poo-poo-shishi. So we're now downtown. We're just looking for the street that we need to turn on, and it should be coming up very quickly, but you can see just how congested everything is at 9:57 in the morning. So that part was a little nerve-wracking to get there. But when we finally found it and found the right entrance that we had to go in, we managed to find parking. It took a fair bit because you have a lot of people that are parking there. But we were able to get a spot. But as far as accessibility goes, it wasn't really set up if you happen to have a wheelchair with you. We ended up having to go up 2 flights of stairs carrying the wheelchair. So as far as that goes, I'd have to say, yeah, accessibility is maybe a 6. Well, they have a great team, so maybe a 7 out of 10. But we found a parking spot. I always take a picture of our parking spot so that we know where we are. And now we're upstairs on the floor. Right now I'm just outside the men's washroom because Uncle Angel needed it. So I'm just waiting for him and just looking around and just people watching. I love the people watching. I like to see all the different costumes and all the people just there to have a good time. That's what I loved about Comic-Con. I did feel like it was one big community and that, we were all just there to support each other. And it was interesting to see all the different comics and the different shows that people like, the different mediums that people like. It was very, very interesting. Yeah, of course I met a few people. Of course. And then over here, I forget. Oh, I think this was the Comic-Con booth. So you could get programs, you could get lanyards, you could have certain specific toys and certain specific hats and Funkos and things like that. They didn't have the Funkos I was looking for anyway, so that was fine with me. And then we're just going down the road looking at all the different things that are there and that you could get. And then we also have different committee members are there. So the Toronto Film School was there. George Brown Theatre of Arts was there. It was all just really, really interesting. And you could see all the people that are lined up to see things. Guys, there was a lot of hurry up and wait. Like, hurry up and wait in line. We're now in the line those were the lines for the autographs. And I was able to get Ruth Connell's, and she accepted the blanket that I gave her, and she seemed really pleased with it. She was very, very nice lady. Next, we got Mark Shepard's autograph. Mark he comes across very gruff, but he's a sweetheart. He is so nice. And Jared's Padalecki's line was capped. So they said, come back in half an hour. He has to go do a photo shoot. So we said, okay, no problem. And we just decided to walk around the floor. And that was probably one of the best parts, just being able to people watch and to see all the animals and all the costumes and all the shows. It was so neat. It really was. Yeah, it was. Look at those costumes. People have spent all year on these costumes. And then we decided to go back to see Gerald. Oh, this is the K-pop art booth that I told you guys about. She's an artist, and she takes her prints and makes them into clothing. And all of her skirts and dresses have pockets, and she's size inclusive from 0 to 30. So I thought she was just amazing. And then we went back to see Gerald Padalecki, and we lined up forever to get up there. And he was, again, super, super nice, guys. I had told him about our YouTube channel, and he asked for a card and asked if he could keep it. So who knows, maybe he'll be watching our ASMR channel. But that was really fun and interesting to me for me. And this is the panel, and it is the most poorly designed room I've ever seen. The pillars are smack dab in the middle. You constantly going around them to see like who's talking, and if it's one of your favorites, you want to see them talking too. So after this, we lined up. This is the lineup to get the team up picture with 5 of them all at once. And I have a huge story to tell you about that, but I'll tell you in a little bit. The other person we saw in the autographs was James Marston, who played Spike on Buffy. And I'm telling you, it was awesome. He spoke to Baby Angel. He let me put the phone on FaceTime, and it was incredible. She had such a great experience with it. I had such a great experience with it.